Well, alrighty, everybody. So we are back here. I know it's been quite a while since I've posted a video. So we are going to jump right into it today with TEW 9, the War of Immortals save here with the WWFC Classics. We are in Wisconsin at the Kohl Center here. So let's take a look back at last week's episode of Superstars. We had on our pre-show the Bushwhackers defeat Dino Bravo and the Honky Tonk Man. King Kong Bundy defeated Chris Adams. Jesse and Vince ran down the card of what we were expecting to see on the for the evening. Then we had Ken Shamrock destroy Coco Beware. The Rougeos set out the challenge for the Legion of Doom at, if I remember correctly, it's SummerSlam that their match will take place. Hacksaw Jim Duggan defeated Akeem for the WWFC World Television title. Larry Zbyszko lays out the challenge in the match that he will have with Nick Bockwinkel at Saturday night's main event, I think it was, or that one might be for SummerSlam too. But then Larry defeated Jimmy Superfly Snuka. Then Nick Bockwinkel ran down and beat up Larry Zbyszko. Then we had Jim Ross hype up the match between Steve Williams and Ken Shamrock. Ray Stevens defeated Dr. Death when Ken Shamrock ran in and attacked him. Then we had Duggan say, "Hey, you know what, boss man? You think you're a big tough guy. Why don't you come out and I'll face you any time that you want." Then we had the Road Warriors defeat Eminem in a surprise match. They got an 88, which is really great. Ted DiBiase said, "Hey, Luger, go find yourself a partner because Dick Murdoch and I were going to take you out." Then Ted DiBiase and Dick Murdoch defeated Lex Luger and Kenta Kobayashi. Savage lays out a warning for the Ultimate Warrior, saying, "Hey, you know what, Warrior? You've been sticking your nose in businesses that, you just don't need to. So how about you hit the bricks? Because if you don't, I'm going to break your neck." Sergeant Slaughter and the Natural Disasters defeated Paul Orndorff in Power and Glory. Jake Roberts gives Mr. Perfect a chance to step aside and not take this match at SummerSlam. Then in our main event, it was Macho King Randy Savage, Mr. Perfect, and Ravishing Rick Rude defeating Giant Baba, Jake the Snake, and the Ultimate Warrior. So, that was last week's show. We got a 93. We had almost 14,000 people in attendance for that. So, I will be right back. I am going to book the show, and then we will run down everything. Alright, everybody, we are back. We have the entire show booked. So, let's jump into it with our first pre-show match. Now, in a decent pre-show match, the Honky Tonk Man defeated Coco Beware in 10-19 by pinfall with the Shake, Rattle, and Roll. The crowd heat is hot and expectant. The wrestling rating was a 57. The crowd is a 49. Our whole segment got a 63. Coco had a 50. The Honky Tonk Man had a 63. Vince and Jesse had pretty good chemistry when calling matches. The commentary quality lifted the match. The color commentary gave it a boost. And Jimmy Hart did good work at ringside with the Honky Tonk Man. So, let's head off to our next pre-show match. In a decent pre-show match, Dick Murdoch defeated Chris Adams in 10-19 by pinfall with his Texas Brainbuster. And the crowd heat is expected and simmering. The wrestling rating got a 64. The crowd rating got a 56. The segment got us a 70. Dick Murdoch had a 63. Chris Adams had a 65. Commentary lifted it. The color commentary gave it a boost as well. So, let's jump into Vince and Jesse telling us what we are going to see tonight. Oh, and I got a 75. Welcome everyone to WWFC Superstars. I'm Vince McMahon alongside Jesse the Body Ventura. And oh my, what a night of action we have. In our main event, you're going to see a blockbuster six-man tag match. Jake the Snake Roberts and the Road Warriors teaming up to take on Mr. Perfect and the WWFC Tag Team Champions, the fabulous Rougeau brothers. What a showdown that's going to be. That's the kind of match that'll test your guts, McMahon. Jake Roberts and those painted up Road Warriors may think they're tough, but when you put them against a man with the perfection of Mr. Perfect and the finesse of the Rougeaus, you're going to see some real wrestling skills on display tonight. And if that wasn't enough, folks, you're going to see an international dream match. Giant Baba going one-on-one with the Macho King Randy Savage. What a collision of styles. Baba, the living legend of Japan, and Savage, one of the most unpredictable superstars in the WWFC tonight. I can't wait for that one, McMahon. Giant Baba's got size, but the Macho King has the speed, the cunning, and the ruthlessness to chop down the giant down to size. And that can only go one either way. And we're not done yet. Former partners collide when Nick Bockwinkel steps into the ring with Ray Stevens. Uh, okay, well, that's definitely wrong because I have that written down differently. They know each other inside the ring. Okay, so we're just going to skip all that because that is definitely wrong. And if fans, don't forget, we'll also hear from the $1 Million Man. What does the $1 Million Man have to say for his quest of championship gold tonight? Everybody's got a price, McMahon, and I guarantee you Ted DiBiase's words are going to shake things up here in the WWFC. It's going to be one incredible night of action, so let's not miss a single second. It's WWFC Superstars, and it happens right now. So the crowd heat is simmering. I got a 75. They advanced all of our storylines, and Jesse did a masterful job of improvising interactions with the crowd. So let's head to our first match. In a decent match, the Twin Towers defeated the Bushwhackers in 10-12 when Big Boss Man pinned Bushwhacker Luke with his sidewalk slam. The match was Big Boss Man carried the match in terms of in-ring work. The crowd is simmering. The wrestling rating got a 60. The crowd rating got a 53. It got us a 71. Akeem had a 58. Big Boss Man had a 72. Luke had a 57, and Butch had a 52. It advanced our Boss Man Jim Duggan storyline. Boss Man and Akeem have great chemistry. Bushwhacker Luke and Butch showed excellent chemistry. The commentary quality gave it a boost. The color commentary gave it a boost as well. Slick did good work at ringside, and Akeem and Slick have pretty good chemistry. So let's head to our next segment. I figured it was going to do bad. Hexa, Jim Duggan, you've been walking around here with the television title like... Oh, okay. You're some kind of red, white, and blue superhero, but baby, fairy tale is about to come to an end because I've got the law on my side, and his name is the Big Boss Man. That's right, Slick Duggan, you've been waving that 2x4 and hollering, ho, like it means something. But that ain't gonna protect you when I step into the ring and I enforce the law, and the law says the World TV title belongs around my waist. You see, I don't play games, Duggan. I put people down, I put them out, and I don't let them get back up. Big Boss Man Hacksaw, you're looking at a man who's gonna not only take that example to everybody who thinks they could stand up against my stable. The TV title deserves to be seen on the biggest, baddest men around. And that, my friends, is the Big Boss Man. Duggan, at the end of the day, you're just another loudmouth waving a stick. When I'm done with you, you'll be flat on the mat looking up at the lights, and Slick will be raising my hand as the new World Television Champion. Better get used to it, boy, because hard times are coming for you, courtesy of the big boss man. So it advanced. Oh, it lost heat. It got a 66. Akeem underperformed. Gene Okerlund was good. The angle idea I used was a success. The commentary lifted it. The color commentary gave it a boost, and the angle got the crowd hotter. So let's head to the next match here. In a wild brawl that had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat, the Nasty Boys defeated Power and Glory in 9:48 when Brian Knobbs pinned Hercules with a trip to Nastyville. The crowd heat is hot. The wrestling rating got a 65. The crowd got a 47. The segment got a 74. Hercules had a 54. Paul Roma had a 59. Jerry Saggs had a 76. And Brian Knobbs had a 73. And there were times that it lacked psychology and tended to drift a little. Paul Roma and Hercules got a tag team specialist bonus. Brian Knobbs and Jerry Saggs showed excellent chemistry teaming together. They also got a tag team specialist bonus. The commentary quality lifted it, and the color commentary gave it a boost. So it ended with a 74. So that's not bad for a match that didn't have any storyline and kind of had Hercules and Paul Roma in it. So let's head to the next segment. The Rougeaus think they're the best. They might have fancy moves and the talk, but when you step into the ring with us, that's a whole different story. We're the Road Warriors. We don't just come to fight, we come to destroy. And at Saturday night's main event, the WWFC Tag Team titles are going to leave those fancy suits behind and come home with us. Fellas, the Rougeaus can run their mouths all they want, but when the bell rings, it's about power, aggression, and heart. And no one in that locker room has more of that than these two. So Rougeaus, enjoy the moment while it lasts, because the real Warriors are coming to claim what's theirs. And at the end of the night, those titles, they're gonna be Road Warrior gold. So the crowd heat is hot. The segment got a 76. It also advanced our storyline with the Rougeaus and the Road Warriors, and also there was good chemistry with Road Warrior Animal and Paul Ellering, so that's pretty good too. So let's head off into our next match here. In a decent match, Steve Williams defeated Ray Stevens in 9:36 by pinfall with the Oklahoma Stampede. The crowd heat at the end is hot. The wrestling rating got a 62. The crowd got a 55. And the segment got a 74. Steve Williams got a 70. Ray Stevens got a 55. It advanced the Ken Shamrock Steve Williams storyline. Jesse and Vince have pretty good chemistry when calling matches together. And the color commentary lifted the match as well. So let's head to the next segment, which apparently I already did. 10 Hut Orndorff. I've had about enough of you running your mouth and sticking your nose where it doesn't belong. You've been a thorn in my side for far too long, and I finally had it up to here. You want to play tough guy. You want to walk around calling yourself Mr. Wonderful. Well, Paul Orndorff, in 8 days at Saturday night's main event, you're going to find out just how wonderful you are when you're gasping for air in the middle of that ring. I've fought tougher men than you. I've bled, I've sweat, I've sacrificed for this country, and I'll be damned if I let some pretty boy egomaniac stand in my way at Saturday night's main event. I'm not just gonna beat you, Orndorff. I'm ending this once and for all. I'm gonna slap on that cobra clutch, and when I cinch it in tight, there's not a man alive that can escape. You're gonna feel the life drain right out of you, and the whole world watches. And while you're laying there choked out and humiliated, you'll remember one thing. You messed with the wrong Marine. Orndorff, your time is almost up, and at Saturday night's main event, I'm locking you in the Cobra Clutch, and I'm not letting go until you're finished, and that's an order. So the crowd heat is white hot. The segment got a 66, so we got to get the Sarge over a little more to do better promos. It advanced our Orndorff Slaughter storyline. The color commentary gave it a boost. So did the commentary, and the angle got the crowd hotter as well. So let's head to the next match. In a bout that had good wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd, Larry Zbyszko defeated Kenta Kobayashi in 14:52 by submission with the Larry Land Dreamer. The crowd heat is very hot. The wrestling rating got a 75. The crowd got a 69. The segment got us an 84. Kenta had a 74. Larry had a 75. It advanced the Nick Bockwinkel Larry Zbyszko storyline, and Jesse and Vince have pretty good chemistry when calling matches. So, let's head out to the next segment. Well, Mr. Perfect. You've been running around talking like you own this place, but come Saturday night's main event, you're stepping into my world. The WWFC World Championship isn't just a belt to me. It's a symbol of everything I've fought for, and I'm not about to let some pretender take it away. Pretender, Jake, you got lucky, real lucky, but luck runs out. I'm the best there is, and I don't just want the title, I deserve it. You might have your snake in your mind games, but I've got skill, precision, and a plan to put you down and walk out the champion. Skill and precision, huh? I've seen that before, Mr. Perfect. But what you don't understand is this isn't about just about moves. It's about survival, and I'm going to make sure you remember why they call me the Snake. After Saturday night's main event, you'll be slithering away with your tail between your legs. Talk all you want, Jake. Just be ready when the bell rings, because when I'm done, there won't be any mind games. Just me standing tall with the title around my waist. Um, so I did it in two parts. It got 100, so that's fantastic. So the part one was Jake just talking, and then Perfect. The second is Perfect coming out and confronting him. So Mr. Perfect benefited from having a hot catchphrase, so that's fantastic. And it also increased the heat to the storyline as well. So let's head to the next segment. In a decent match, Paul Orndorff defeated Nick Bockwinkel in 12:31 by pinfall with a quick cradle. The crowd heat is very hot. The wrestling rating got a 66. The crowd got a 68. We got a 76 for the match. Nick had a 71. Paul had a 61. It advanced both the Slaughter Orndorff and the Nick Bockwinkel Larry Zbyszko storylines. The commentary lifted it, and Nick Bockwinkel is getting better at his gimmick. Let's check out. Oh, he didn't get a little better. Poor gimmick, physical condition, and holding back. So that's not too bad. Okay, so let's head to the next segment. I figured this one would suck. You smell that, Sags? That's the smell of opportunity, baby. The Nasty Boys aren't here to play games. And we ain't here to stay stuck in the middle of the pack. No, we're moving up the food chain straight to the top where the big gold shines, the WWFC Tag Team titles. That's right, knobs. The Rougeaus, the Road Warriors, Demolition, Midnight Express, line 'em up, baby. 'Cause we're coming for all of you. See, we don't care about being pretty. We don't care about the fans booing us. And we sure as hell don't care about by the rules. The Nasty Boys. We're as rough, tough, and downright dirty as they come. When we step into the ring, it's not about wrestling match. It's a fight. And we fight nasty. And when we get our hands on those tag team belts, the whole world is going to have to look at the grease, the grime, and the filth And no, the Nasty Boys sit on the top of the mountain. Get ready, WWFC, because the nastiest tag team in the business is about to make it real ugly on the way to the gold. Tell 'em, knobs. Get ready to get nasticized, baby. As, so it kind of is what it is. They're not good at promos yet. They got a 63, so that's not too bad. It's probably just because. Yeah, okay. I don't really know why it was, but hey, it is what it is. So let's head to the next match here. In an exceptional match, Macho King Randy Savage defeated Giant Baba in 14:34 by pinfall with his flying elbow drop. The crowd heat is very hot. The wrestling rating got a 90. The crowd got a 89. The segment got us a 99. Giant Baba had an in-ring performance of 84. Savage had a 95. It advanced the Ultimate Warrior Randy Savage storyline, and it got the crowd buzzing as well. So let's head to another promo. You know, Lex Luger struts around with that Intercontinental Championship like it means he's somebody. He flexes in front of the mirror, kisses his muscles, and tells the world he's the total package. Well, let me tell you something, Luger. All the muscles in the world won't save you when it's time to cash the check your body writes, because when the lights go down and the bell rings, brains beat brawn every single time. And believe me, I got more brains, more cunning, and more resources than you could ever dream of. You've got that shiny belt around your waist now, Luger, but the clock is ticking. That Intercontinental Championship doesn't belong to a poser. It belongs to a man who knows how to win at any cost. And that's me, Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man. I don't just wrestle, I outthink, I outsmart, and I outbuy everyone who steps in my way. And Lex, you're no different. You're just the next big dumb bodybuilder waiting to learn the hard way that money buys power. So keep flexing, keep smiling for the cameras, keep living in that little dream world of yours, because soon enough you're going to wake up flat on your back, staring at the lights while I hold your Intercontinental Championship over my head. And when it's all said and done, you'll realize what the whole world already knows. Everybody's got a price for the $1 Million Man. Yeah, okay, so DiBiase apparently can't improvise. So we'll have to remember that, because that's weird. So the crowd heat's very hot, and it got a 78. It also advanced the Lex and Ted storyline, and the commentary quality lifted it as well. So let's head to the next segment here. In a wild brawl that had superb wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd, Ted DiBiase defeated Jim Duggan in 10:06 by submission with his $1 Million Dream. Hacksaw had an 88. Ted DiBiase had a 87. It advanced the Duggan Bossman storyline and the Lex Luger Ted DiBiase storyline. Vince and Jesse have great chemistry, and Ted DiBiase benefited from having a hot new move. The wrestling rating was an 87. The crowd rating was a 69, and the segment got a 90, so that's not too bad. That's a pretty good. I think that's the max that a wild brawl can get, so that's really good. So let's head to our next segment here. Randy Savage, you better listen up real good, because the Ultimate Warrior isn't just here to play games. I'm here to end this chapter once and for all. For too long you've been strutting around like you're the king of the mountain, throwing your fancy words and slick moves around, but at Saturday night's main event, all that talk ends. Because when the bell rings, it's not about flash or showmanship. It's about power, heart, and unstoppable will. You've been a thorn in my side trying to outsmart me, trying to outlast me. But you forget one thing. You can't outrun the warrior. The energy runs through my veins, the fire that burns inside me. It's unlike anything you've ever faced. I'm the embodiment of pure intensity, the storm that breaks down the walls and shatters illusions. At Saturday night's main event, I'm coming for you with everything I've got. The speed, the strength, the fury. And when I hit that ring, the world will see what it really means to face the Ultimate Warrior. And I'm not just here to win, I'm here to dominate, to send a message that the era of Randy Savage is coming to a brutal, blazing end. So get ready, Macho Man, because when the Warrior charges, it's not just a fight, it's a war. And I'm going to emerge victorious, standing tall as the true champion. Saturday night main event is your final warning, and my time to rise. So the crowd heat is very hot. It advanced the Warrior Savage storyline. His angle idea was a success, and it got a 90. So let's head to our main event. In a bout that had great wrestling and good heat, Jake the Snake and the Road Warriors defeated Mr. Perfect and the Fabulous Rougeaus in 13:24 when Road Warrior Animal pinned Raymond with a shoulder-mounted suplex. The crowd heat is very hot. The wrestling rating got an 84. The crowd rating got a 74. The segment got us a 90. Raymond had a 77. Mr. Perfect had an 89. Jacques had an 81. Road Warrior Hawk had an 80. Animal had an 83. And Jake had a 93. The Roberts Perfect storyline lost heat. The Rougeaus and the Road Warriors gained heat. Vince and Jesse had a pretty good chemistry. Jacques and Jimmy had good chemistry. Raymond and Jimmy had good chemistry. And Road Warrior Animal and Paul Ellering have great chemistry. So let's finish up the show here. We got a 92, so that's not bad. This show increased in 13 regions. We could only gain everywhere except for 2 in the U.S., 1 in Canada, and 6 in the Mexican regions. So that's not too bad. So let's finish off the show. The financial report, we made $804,423 from this episode. So let's check everything here. Pretty good. 78 there. We didn't even gain anything in Mexico. Okay, well, that's kind of horrible, but hey, it is what it is. So, that is everything for this episode. I will catch everybody in the next one.